G'day everyone, Shane here from ECITV.
And Gary behind the wheel.
He's in cruise control.
Yeah, autopilot.
Since we've got about 10 hours to kill, we figured we'd do a bit of a wrap-up of our road trip for the last 3 weeks, where we've hit, Tea Tree Gully for the South Australian State Champs, Wyndham for the Victorian State Champs, and Terrigal for the New South Wales State Champs. So
just on our way home from Terrigal now, we're heading down the Hume.
So over the trip, we've been showing off the profile and the chase products. I managed to get a few races in while I was at it, and left Gary carrying the load. Dodging
a few squalls and a bit of wind and a few rain showers, but over the 3 weeks.
It was, well, I guess we should go to highlights first. What was probably the most impressive of the 3 state champs from your perspective, Gary?
Oh, by far Terrigal. It's amazing, actually. Like, really look forward to getting across to South Australia and Victoria, of course. But then once we got up to Terrigal, the numbers were up. Like, there was about 750 entries, I believe.
Sounds about right.
But the atmosphere there was incredible. Like, it was just, seemed like everyone was there to have fun. It flowed well. The track was brilliant. The surrounds were good. The local club looked after us extremely well, and by far the standout was Terrigal for me. What about yourself, Shane?
Yeah, it's the same. I've done a few South Australian state champs in the past, and obviously done a lot of Victorian ones. With the Victorian stop was my 41st consecutive state champs for Victoria, and we had been to the New South Wales state champs before up at Macarthur,
that's right.
A few years back, yeah. and that was just putting on a pretty similar thing with profile and chase, I think. But I didn't really get caught up in the atmosphere there, and being a competitor was so much different. But I think we kind of felt a bit more involved because of where we were positioned as well, right next to staging, and you could see the track from where we were, and a whole lot of people come up to visit, and I think that was the biggest difference. We're always busy because maybe a lot of people hadn't seen the chasers up close, or hadn't seen profile for a while. So yeah, Terrigal was definitely the standout of the 3.
I think the best part of it, apart from the actual event, was catching up with all the riders that we've dealt with. The team riders, as well as our customers and dealers. I mean, there was a number of dealers that called in, so being able to catch up with them face to face. You know, you deal with a lot of these people over the website or over the telephone, but to put face to name and sit there and have a talk with them is great. Get some good feedback. It's all positive moving forward. Then,
not only on that side. From wholesalers and resale, I guess just the industry in general, it was good to see how healthy that is. You know, Midlands have a massive setup, which we saw in Adelaide. John from Trail and Track, actually, we've been following him halfway around the country. And Rosalie and the crew, I can never remember the name of the store. Is it, no, can't think of it.
What's the name? Karma?
No, Rosalie's store.
Oh, Rosalie, City Centre Cycles, Rockhampton.
I should know that. She tells me every time she rings.
It's incredible the effort those people go to bring product trackside. Like, we go there just with a display, but the effort that, you know, these sort of people like Rosalie and John, etc., and Mark go to, I don't think people appreciate, because the work involved, the driving, the cost, the effort, the stock that gets damaged. You look at a couple of the rain squalls that came through, and those people are trying to protect their stock. And the main reason is so it's presentable for customers. And it's incredible what they do. It's, I couldn't do it anymore. I know we did years ago, but it's beyond me now. It's just a massive, massive amount of work. And it's not just what you see trackside. It's the preparation, it's the planning, it's everything. You know, organising staff to run stores while you're not there. The logistics of it's incredible. And I don't think a lot of people take that into account. I mean, they take it for granted that these stores just turn up week after week without realising the effort they actually go through. I mean, it's incredible what they do.
I forgot to mention Ace Race. They were down in Victoria, and they got smashed by the wind and lost a few tents, I believe.
Yeah, 4 tents, all strapped together, all just got lifted up in one big conglomerate of aluminium and canvas, and just tossed all over the place. They even had a change room, a portable change room that ended up in a local lake, I think it was.
Yes.
So, yeah, crazy. And they're all things you got to take into account. I mean, there's all repairs and damage and everything like that. It's all got to, be fixed before the next event.
Well, you wouldn't have ever known that they'd lost their tents. Going back the next day, they were all set up and ready to sell as per usual.
In one way, they were fortunate that it actually happened as they were leaving the venue. So, as they were pulling out the gate, someone rang and said, "Oh, your tents and everything just went." So they were able to turn around, go back, and sort a lot of it out that afternoon. But yeah, it's a massive amount of work. It's hard to fathom and hard to explain to people who don't sort of live it, the amount of work they actually go through.
We saw Mike Daly from
Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Checked out the Maybos and the Speedcos there. Yeah. He's got a lot of cool stock.
Oh, yeah, and well supported. Like, Terrigal, by far the standout was Speedco and Maybo. And Radio, I suppose, were definitely some standout brands there.
You saw a lot of chases.
I saw a lot of chases. I kept counting them as they went past. But unfortunately, it was the second day that I realised it was the same 2 riders going backwards and forwards as they were warming up. No,
there were more than 2.
There were a number of chases there. And the S-Squared and Stay Strong guys, well supported, a lot of exposure, a lot of product there. So, again, there's a lot of work that goes into running those teams that, again, people just take for granted. So it's amazing the amount of work that goes into something that you turn up to an event, have a look, and you think, oh, this is pretty, not realising the work that goes into it. I mean, even us now, here we are driving probably 1,000 kilometres today. Over the 3 weeks, I don't know, estimated we would have done probably 4,000 kilometres or something all up. So even that is a massive amount of work.
Going back to Terrigal, it was the first state championships I've done in New South Wales, and I noticed the biggest difference between that one and probably any other one that I've been to is they got a great sense of community. Just the way they present teams in a march past, and then everyone runs back and changes into their club jerseys and represent their club, and then do the same thing over again. The Mark Stone reruns, that was pretty cool to watch. That guy's been racing for a long time, and it's great that everyone shows their respect to him every year.
It's funny because it's something that sort of has been phased out a little bit in Victoria, I think. South Australia had a march pass for teams and clubs, and so did New South Wales. And even though we didn't pay much attention to the South Australian one, the numbers were down, so it probably wasn't as impressive. But after seeing it and how it was done in New South Wales, it's lacking in Victoria. I mean, we need to bring that back because, BMX being an individual sport, once you're involved in a team or a club, it's good to show your pride and march out with them. And it was definitely prevalent in New South Wales that everyone felt a sense of belonging and wanted to be a part of that march out.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of almost segregation by teams in Victoria where, if you're not wearing the right jersey, you're not welcome under the tent. But there's just so many kids and even older guys like me sort of hanging out with in mixed groups and just having a laugh. It was just a lot more friendly environment, and as serious as people were on the track, everyone was having a laugh afterwards in between gasping for air.
The whole lot was just fun.
Yeah,
it just seemed like everyone was there for a good time.
Yeah, it was a great atmosphere. So, it's something that I'd been missing from a race meeting for a long time. It's just atmosphere. It's hard to come by.
Yeah, definitely. It was, it was definitely enjoyable. It's a good meeting to finish our road trip on. because yeah, you do come away with a bit of a high. You know, it's a lot of work, as I've explained, but you feel as though the sport is healthy coming away from Terrigal. And, you know, all the New South Wales riders. It was incredible.
So in the past, doing a road trip like this would have cost a whole lot of money. Us cycling kind of made it a lot more affordable and achievable. Like in the past, it would have cost probably 10 times as much to do just for a location, wouldn't it?
It's been one of my bugbears for many years. I'm happy to support, you know, events and riders and everything like that. But it just seems like previous years, it was like a bit of a cash cow or a bit of a money grab from the main organising body or whatever, that they would try and almost penalise pro shops or industry supporters for being there by charging them an absolute fortune for a bit of ground. Whereas this time, you know, we were more than happy to take a large site at the 3 events because it was made affordable. Mm-hmm. And really, it adds to the atmosphere. The more people that you can, the more people that you can bring along to an event like this, industry-wise, the better it is for everyone. And the better it is also to sell the sport to corporate sponsors when they see that sort of support within the industry. So.
And as someone that was going there without actually really selling any products, sure, we cleared a couple of T-shirts and hoodies and maybe a couple of hats.
Yeah.
But we weren't there really to sell anything. It was to put the bikes on display. Bike shops have changed a lot over the years. You don't get to sort of walk into a bike shop and see a wide range of frames and sit on them or bikes, I should say, sit on them and size them up. You know, the same with the profile hubs. It's hard to go to a store and find the full range of profile hub stems, cranks. So it was surprising to see a lot of people had seen profile for the first time despite its 50-year history.
Yeah. Definitely having the range of bikes for people to be able to sit on, size up their child and everything. And at the end of the day, if they go away and buy a Mongoose or a GT or whatever's available on the market, to be able to, hopefully a Chase, but to be able to size up someone at a race meeting, and we had, the bikes we had on display were actually like demo bikes, so you could take them out on the track if you wanted to, get a good feel for them. But it's just good for the sport to be able to have that, and then, you know, encourage your kid to have the right size bike. Because we've all been through the experience when we get started that you go to a bike shop that's not really dialed with BMX race, and they'll sell you what they want to sell you. You know, I experienced that when we started. I think my daughter, who probably would have been about 7 at the time, was sold a Pro XL bike, which I ended up racing. But yeah, it's just a case that, you know, some stores that aren't involved in BMX just want to sell units, whereas this way we could size them up properly. So it was a good concept.
One of the other things that I noticed was we got a lot of questions, and they're probably questions that people wouldn't have bothered to ring up or email us about. But a lot of people popped in and asked about, you know, specifics on, say, a hub configuration or something.
Yeah, or crank length or gearing or anything. No, it was excellent. It was good. It was worthwhile.
Derek, can you do it again, Gus?
Not this week.
Not this week.
No, I think we both have, deserved a bit of time home with our families and catch up on a bit of work. It's been a hectic 3 weeks for sure, and we have been away quite a bit. But yeah, no, I'll definitely do it again.
Next year?
Yeah, possibly. It's maybe even before then. You know, it is a very intense period because you haven't only got all these state titles, and you know, in the middle of this we had Queensland and Western Australian state titles as well. So obviously we didn't get to those. And then, you know, next week the national titles start over in Perth. So you know, it is a very intense and expensive time for racing.
So next year, the strong rumour, and we've been hearing this for a few weeks now, is that Macarthur will have the Nationals. Yep. If they do you see an ECI booth set up there?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I can see it. I mean, it's reachable. You know, if it's in, you know, North Queensland, Darwin, Western Australia, as much as, you know, that they deserve those sort of events and everything, hence Western Australia having it this year, it makes it difficult to get there from Melbourne and very expensive. But being at Macarthur, I dare say would, you know, make the effort to be there.
So you even got to do an interview while we were there. How was that? Bit of fun?
Yeah, it was a bit of a role reversal. 3 lovely young girls that have got a bit of an Instagram page decided to interview me, and that was a lot of fun. I'm not too sure the Instagram handle, something about 3 sisters or something.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look that one up.
Yeah, but yeah, check it out. It's 3 lovely girls that it was a good bit of fun.
It was good that they took on the initiative, and I don't think they kind of expected you to be to play with them as much as
that.
Well, I don't think they expected you to have as much fun doing the interview, and they were surprised to hear about ECITV afterwards. They didn't even know anything about it.
Yeah, look, it's funny because obviously everyone's a bit shy when a camera gets turned on, and
Not
I
him,
think,
of course.
I think they were expecting that, and because they weren't aware of ECITV, or that we've, you know, mucked around a little bit with this, that you know, I was fairly comfortable with it, and yeah, did have a bit of fun and a few laughs, and I think they enjoyed it immensely. But yeah, they run around and interview a few different people. We did a chase bike check with one of the girls, so that seems to be getting a little bit of traction online, so definitely worth checking that out, and we'll put the link on as well for the girls' Instagram page.
I think we might have shared that. I can't remember.
Probably. Been hectic.
If we haven't shared it already, we probably would be by the time this has been edited and posted. Yeah. So just go to ECI Imports on Instagram or Facebook. Anything else come to mind?
No, got another 10 hours to think of stuff, but at this stage, no. Although not really. I think we've got about another 6 hours or 7 hours or something. We've been on the road for a little bit. We did go and call in at another wholesaler in Sydney to check out their setup, which is fantastic. They're involved in mountain biking as opposed to BMX, but it's always good to get a handle on different things. So the owner there did grab a chase bike to take out on the pump track.
Don't tell his wife.
Oh, yeah. It's a new brand he's going to start to distribute. But nah, I think that's about it from me. It's a few more white lines in front of us and a bit more time just to talk rubbish between you and me without a camera on.
But we did see quite a bit of Max Cairns, who was still nursing an injury, or not nursing an injury, but he's ready for the Nationals and didn't want to mess up his recovery from a crash not that long ago.
He's selling some wares, some hoodies and t-shirts, hoodies and galettes. There you go. There's a term for you. It's like a fancy vest or something for cycling. It keeps you warm, but a galette. And that's under the MAB logo, me and the boys, but in a Japanese style. So definitely check those out with Maxi, and I'm sure you'll be able to buy them either trackside or online or whatever. I don't know how he flogs them.
And we saw Luke Medill, famous for being Sire's coach.
Caught up with Luke. We were planning on doing a bit of an interview with Luke, but got a bit busy trackside, so we'll do that as a separate interview and air that shortly. So he was keen. He actually approached us to have a bit of a chat. I think there's a few things he wants to go over about the Olympics and different things like that.
Just get a clearer picture of what goes on and who does what, I think. A lot of people make assumptions and never really do any research and find out the truth. So there's a lot of things he wants to let people know. I guess it's a bit of a education thing on how things actually work. And
we'll probably do a bit of a bike check with him on his... He's running the Chase Carbon with...
loaded up with profile gear.
Loaded up with profile and icon, etc. So it'll be good to do a bike check with him as well.
Yeah.
He's real keen on that.
So I reckon I'm completely out now.
Yeah, it's time to have a drink and probably answer that phone.
What we do need to do, though, is thank everyone that dropped in and checked out the products. And yeah, thanks very much for supporting ECI.
And probably more so the club themselves for making us feel so well. Oh, all the clubs, but majority of it, the heart, that was felt through Terrigal. They were just unbelievable. You couldn't have asked for better. Made us feel welcome, made us feel appreciated, which is sometimes hard to do. And it was just very, very good. So thanks to everyone. And look forward to seeing you at another track soon. Well, not too soon.
I was about to backhand him. All right, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.
No worries. Cheers all.